Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Rundown. We're going to go over the MLB game scheduled for Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your baseball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily rundown best bet in the MLB, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Thursday in Major League Baseball. First up, we see the Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Chicago Cubs. We're going to see Jameson Taillon and Colin Ray as your starters. Colin Ray still got that sub-4 ERA, but I do expect some pretty severe regression going forward, as his expected ERA is in the 5s, and a lot of that's because his per-9s are just not great. He doesn't have a lot of strikeouts this year. The walks are a little bit steep, and now we're starting to see him give up some more sharp contact, giving up 2 home runs, or at least 1 home run in 2 of his last 3 games. So I think the Cubs can get to him for a few runs early, but also Jameson Taillon, who had a really good start to the season, hasn't been the sharpest recently. We know he had that one game against the Braves where his defense did not help him out, but still gave up 5 unearned runs in that one in a 7-0 loss. Then he followed it up by only going 4 2/3 against the Pirates, 3 earned runs and a home run. That last game against St. Louis, it was only 3 runs, but 9 base hits in 5 2/3 innings with only 3 strikeouts. So his strikeout numbers have really dipped. And I don't love him in this spot either against a good Brewers lineup. So I'm going to go with the over in the first 5 innings between the Cubs and the Brewers. Next up, we see the Kansas City Royals taking on the Minnesota Twins. We're going to see Brady Singer and Chris Paddock as your starters. Brady Singer, I don't love backing him on the road. Even that last game against the Rays was a little bit dicey. He only had 5 innings of work. He gave up only 1 earned run, but 1 unearned run as well, a home run. He only had 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 base hits. It wasn't his sharpest outing, and he's got better numbers at Kauffman Stadium overall this year. The Twins starting to turn it around here offensively. I think Singer could be in trouble in this one, and Chris Paddock's been much better himself at Target Field than he has been on the road. So far in 22 innings on the road, he's got an ERA at 6.85, but at Target Field in 33 innings, he's got 38 strikeouts and a really solid 2.73 ERA. I think the Twins have the better bullpen to go with it. Give me Minnesota in this one on the money line. Next up, we see the Houston Astros taking on the Seattle Mariners. Spencer Arrighetti and Logan Gilbert are your starters. I would consider Logan Gilbert a strikeout-dependent starter, so it's a little bit concerning seeing his strikeout numbers recently. His last 2 games, 12 innings of work, only 5 Ks in those 2 starts. And that last one, while he pitched well, it was a quality start, 6 innings, 1 run. It still was a Mariners loss in the end, and the Mariners have now lost 3 of his last 4 games. So up against Arrighetti, who we know struggled mightily at the beginning of his major league career, he's been a lot more, he's been reasonable recently. His last start, 5 innings, 3 runs against the A's, isn't perfect, but he had 7 strikeouts in that one, hasn't given up a home run in 4 of his last 5 starts. I really think he's improving, and I like his strikeout stuff. I think the Astros can get to Gilbert, and at the price we're getting in this one, I think we got to go with Houston on the money line. I think the value lies with the road team. Next up, we see the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the New York Mets. We're going to see Zach Gallen and Christian Scott as your starters. To me, this is a pretty lopsided pitching matchup. Even though Christian Scott pitched well in his first start, his first 2 games were solid quality outings. His last 2 games, the control has been a little bit off. He's missing inside the zone, giving up a home run in 3 straight games. His last start was a quality start on paper against the Giants, but still only had 4 strikeouts and 6 innings of work. Makes it 7 Ks his last 10 innings of work. I don't love to see that. His first 2 games, his strikeout numbers were off the chart, so he's not missing as many bats. The Mets are not backing him up either in the bullpen or in the run support department because he's 0-4. The Mets are 0-4 in his first 4 starts, and you got Zach Gallen on the other side. The margin of error is very, very slim. While Gallen's not been great on the road this season and in previous years, he's still, I think, the much better option in this game. And his last 2 road starts were a combined 12 innings of 2-run ball against the Orioles and Reds. Both of those ended up being Diamondbacks victories. So give me Arizona in this one on the money line. Next up is the Detroit Tigers taking on the Boston Red Sox. No official starter for Detroit, but I am seeing Jack Flaherty listed on ESPN, so he could very well be the starter. Nick Pivetta should be going for Boston. Jack Flaherty, I think if he is the starter here, he's going to be the better option. He's pitched well this year. I know it's Fenway Park, and but Flaherty's actually been better on the road this season with a 3.41 ERA, 29 innings, and 38 strikeouts. A very low opponent's batting average to go with it, only 4 walks as well. Pivetta, while he didn't give up a home run that last game against Milwaukee, he still gave up 7 base hits. 2 of those were doubles. 5 earned runs, 3 walks to go with it, and he only had 3 strikeouts. Now, he only went 3 1/3 innings, so that's not really a problem. But, to me, Pivetta, we know he gives up a lot of sharp contact and a lot of home runs. pitching at Fenway Park, that could be a big problem. The Detroit Tigers have really improved their numbers offensively against right-handed pitching in the month of May, where you look in the month of May, they're number 4 in isolated power, number 3 in team OPS. So I'm going to go with the Detroit Tigers in the first 5 innings and on the money line the full game as well. Next up, we see the Washington Nationals taking on the Atlanta Braves. We're going to see Trevor Williams and Reynaldo Lopez as your starters. The Nationals are 8-2, and Williams starts this year. He's been one of the most profitable pitchers in baseball. Even when he struggled against the Phillies back on May 19th, he bounced back in a big way against Seattle last game. 5 innings, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. He's usually going to go about 5 innings, not too much more than that, but he has been very, very solid and consistent for Washington this year. 2.29 ERA, pretty low whip to go with it. Lopez has pitched very well himself and even better at Truist Park. However, the Braves are 2-3 in his last 5 starts, including 0-2 in the last 2 games. He only went 4 2/3 innings in that last game against the Pirates, only had 3 strikeouts in that one. The Braves, we know offensively in the month of May were not, they weren't excellent, and now you lose Acuna for the season, so an already struggling lineup that was ranked in the month of May 23rd in team OPS against righties loses their best player arguably. It's going to be tough, I think, for Atlanta going forward. And, while they're certainly going to be still a contender in the National League, I wouldn't want to be laying this kind of price with them at home, or at least not right now. So give me the Washington Nationals on the money line and plus the 1.5 runs in this game. Next up, we see the New York Yankees taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Carlos Rodon and Patrick Sandoval are your starters, so a pair of lefties going at it in this one. I think we see a high-scoring game here. I think the value lies with the Angels, but I also like the over. Carlos Rodon's been okay on the road this season, but still, higher ERA on the road than he does at Yankee Stadium. And the Angels have crushed lefties in the month of May. They're some of the best numbers in all of baseball. You look at the team OPS, they're ranked in the top 3, isolated power in the top 5. So I think they get to Rodon early and often. Sandoval, we know he struggled mightily in that last game against Cleveland. 8 earned runs given up, 3 bombs to go with it. I think the Yankees will certainly get to him for a few runs as well. I think the Angels find a way to win this game in the end, and I like the over in the Yankees-Angels. And that's it. Those are the games for Thursday in baseball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to put your baseball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.